Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to South Dade Toyota for giving me time with the 2022 Toyota Camry XSE. If you're on the market for a Toyota, you can come check out South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about pricing here for the Camry XSE. Starting price is at $36,580. This one stickers for $42,784. But let's talk about the front styling here of the Toyota Camry. Looking at the Toyota Camry here, this is the XSE model. As you guys can see, it looks more sportier compared to a normal looking Camry. I do like the aggressive styling here with the XSE model. As you guys can see, this is painted in this wind chill pearl exterior paint. But looking at the headlights here, they're going to be an LED projector headlight with an LED daytime run light with this LED turn signal. There's front parking sensors. I also like the honeycomb finish here to the grille. Very aggressive grille. There's the Toyota emblem, which houses the driver's assistance. There's also this front facing camera because my model is the fully loaded version of the XSE. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell what you guys think about the Toyota Camry. But looking at the side proportions here, this has a 111.2 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 192.7. So Toyota did get the proportions right here in the mid-size sedan segment. Looking at these tires and wheels here, act like the gloss black finish to the rim design. These are a 235/40 tire. They're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. Like I mentioned, very nice finish to the rim. They're multi-spoke. There's this LED sight marker here in the mirror cap. And up top, Toyota does offer this large panoramic sunroof. Some other competitors do not offer that feature. But making our way to the rear of the Camry, looking at these taillights here, they're full LED, which is an LED turn signal, brake light, and reverse lights. You can't even get full LEDs on some other competitors as well. It's nice that Toyota does give you those full LED taillights here. There's the Toyota emblem here, also with the Camry name, which is spelled out. There's also the XSE badge here. There's rear parking sensors. You also have quad tip exhaust, which looks really nice. There's also this aggressive rear diffuser here. Open up the cargo. Toyota hides the trunk release next to the Y. Once it opens up, it reveals 15.1 cubic feet of space. It's not the biggest in the segment, but this does offer a lot of space. The seats also fold down in a 60/40 manner, and there's these tabs here to fold down the seat. There's also some grocery hooks here, and underneath here, Toyota does give you a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. Sitting inside the interior of the Toyota Camry XSE, as you guys can see, my model does have this black interior. Looking at the infotainment system, this is a 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you have to use the wired connection. There's no wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto here on the current generation of Camry. Toyota might be offering that for the 2023 model or 2024 model once they redesign the Camry. Reaching over here to shut the door of the Toyota Camry. And to start up the vehicle, put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button right here on the dash. And my model does have that 2.5 liter 4-cylinder underneath the hood. But let's talk about the materials here. Pretty decent material here. Nice soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's also this aluminum painted door handle here. And the switchgear is pretty good switchgear. It is auto up, auto down for all 4 windows. There's your lock controls, your mirror adjustment controls are here. There's additional storage and cup holder space. This area here is going to be nice and padded. Let's have this nice stitching. I'm surprised there's no red stitching here, but you can get red seats if you would like on the Camry. Over here is for your automatic high beam switch, traction control. Press this button right here. There is a perimeter scan. As you guys can see, it will look around the vehicle. There's your trunk release button, fuel cap opener, and there's 2 blink buttons here. I'm surprised to see that. Maybe for the other market around the world, Toyota might offer some more features. Pull this down, it does reveal a little area here for your coins and whatnot. Over here's your reset trip computer system is there. Air vent, of course. Over here's the headlight and turn signal stock. There's even paddle shifters. This does have an 8-speed auto. Above, there is this bright heads-up display. The steering wheel does feel really nice. Nice thick rim here with nice stitching. There's the Toyota emblem here on the airbag cover. Over here is for this area here is to cycle through this 7-inch display here. Unfortunately, there's no fully digital display. I look at the other competitors, which is the Hyundai Sonata. If you guys want that fully digital display, Toyota does not offer it for this generation. Your volume and voice controls are here. Over here is for your driver's assistance. This does have foreclosure warning. We'll talk about those features in the test drive. The materials on the dash are going to be a nice soft touch ejection molded plastic. This is a 9-inch display. Like I mentioned, it does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's some shortcut buttons on the side. Going here to the Apple CarPlay, as you guys can see, very big and bright screen. It's not the largest in the segment. You have to look at the Hyundai and Kia products if you guys want a large display. As you guys can see, the touch response is very responsive. Going here to the Toyota head unit, nothing has really changed. Going here to the embedded navigation, it's like a TomTom navigation, very responsive. They've been updating it over the years. Like I mentioned, shortcut buttons on the side. There's a volume and tune knob. There's your air vents here, hazard button. This does have dual climate control. There is 3-level heated and cooled seats. The cool seats actually freaking fantastic. There's 2 cup holders. Putting the vehicle into reverse, it does reveal a top-down 360 view with trajectory and distance markers. This also has road cross traffic alert. So what that means is the vehicle will sense that there's something or an object approaching and will put the brakes on for you. Kicking over here to the left, there's a sport mode in the transmission. My iPhone 13 Pro Max kind of fits here in the wireless phone charger, but once you push this back, it does reveal some storage underneath. There's a 12-volt here, also with a standard USB-A port. I like the steel-like material here, or try to look like a steel-like material here on the actual dash. There's more nice materials, nice stitching here. The seats do feel very supportive and comfortable. I like the way that they look. These are the same seats that Toyota puts on the actual RAV4, so very comfortable seats. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof to let light into the cabin, and there is LED lights, very bright. This armrest here is going to be nice and padded. Open it up, it does reveal a good amount of storage, and this is the plastics for the car. As you guys can see, really good storage well. There's also a Type C port and a Type A port right there. Overall, the interior of the Camry still impresses me, but let's hop into the back seat. Getting into the back seat of the Toyota Camry, getting back here, as you guys can see, sitting in the seat here, the seats do feel very plush and very comfortable. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here. But looking down here, Toyota says you get around 38 inches of legroom, which is really good legroom, but it's not best in class. That's the Honda Accord, which has around 40.4 inches of legroom. I do have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. This is where I have the seat to drive. There is 2 mat pockets back here for storage. There's rear air vents. There's also 2 USB charging ports back here. The floor back here is not flat, but you can fit a middle passenger here if you like. Like I mentioned, very supportive seats. I'm surprised to see there's no actual heated or cool seats back here, but the materials on the door panel are going to be a nice soft touch material with this aluminum painted door handle. This area here is nice and padded with a nice stitching. There's a cup holder and additional storage space here. And like I mentioned above, there's this large panoramic sunroof. The lighting in here is going to be an LED, which is very bright. And my model does have this armrest here. Once you pull it out, it does reveal 2 cup holders. But overall, the back seat of the Camry is not the largest in the segment, but it does feel very spacious. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the Toyota Camry. Toyota will offer this with a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, which is a double head over cam. That powertrain will produce 301 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, I do not have that powertrain underneath the hood here of the XSE, but I do have the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which this powertrain makes 206 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy for the 4-cylinder is rated at 27 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 31 combined, which is really good gas mileage here for this 4-cylinder, but you can get a hybrid powertrain, which will make over 40 miles per gallon. So starting the driving scene off here in the 2022 Toyota Camry, let's talk about the powertrain specs. This uses Toyota's 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. This powertrain makes 206 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It is hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The other competitors do use CVT, so you guys don't like CVT transmissions, you have to go for the Camry here. But if you guys want a 10-speed auto, you have to look at the Honda Accord 2.0 that has the most gears in the segment, which is a 10-speed auto, because this has an 8-speed, and I think the Subaru also has an 8-speed if it doesn't use a CVT. But let's talk about fuel economy for this 4-cylinder. It's rated to get 27 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 31 combined. So great fuel efficiency here from this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which is a great fuel economy. And the powertrain, it's a pretty decent powertrain. It also has paddle shifters, so you can cycle through that 8-speed auto. The ride quality in here is really good. Toyota said they put a sport tuned suspension. Me personally, it drives just like every other Camry. The feedback from the front tires here are really good. The steering does have nice heft to it. But let's put the vehicle into a sport mode and see if it changes anything. It gets up and go, but if you guys want more power, Toyota will sell you a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, which makes 301 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. So if you guys are looking for more power in the Camry's lineup, you have to look at the V6. But the visibility out of the Camry here is great. You also have this large windshield to look around, very thin A-pillars here. The visibility out of the back is great for the rearview mirror here. Surprised Toyota didn't offer a rearview camera mirror, so expect a new Camry in the next few years or so, like 2023 or 2024, because this is a 2022 model. So Toyota and Honda are redesigning up the lineup. So you guys are looking for a newer generation of those vehicles, which are the top sellers in the segment. The midsize sedan segment belongs to the Camry and the Accord. Nissan is there, Subaru is there, but if you guys want the top seller that has great warranty and whatnot, you have to look at the Camry or the Honda Accord. But Toyota does sell more Camrys compared to the Accord. I think over 100,000 more units. So that tells you something, that Toyota is here to play. So hopefully in the next generation they bring something even nicer, because this model, this current generation, I mean, is really nice, but it is lacking technology compared to the other competitors like the Kia and the Hyundai, which those vehicles are just super impressive when it comes to tech. Don't get me wrong, Toyota still offers really good tech. Let's talk about the driver's assistance. It does have blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane keeping assist, also lane trace assist. So for example, if I were to drift out of my lane, the car will push me back over and have me centered. This also has adaptive cruise control with forward collision warning and emergency braking. So really good driver's assistance features here from the Camry. And this thing drives buttery smooth. This, even on this fresher pavement here, this thing has a really good ride quality. And I actually like the ride quality of the Camry. It rides just like every mid-size sedan in this segment. The seats in here, they're not aggressively bolstered. I can kind of like squirm around a little bit, as you guys can see. You can't really tighten up the bolsters here, but me personally, the lumbar support is pretty good here in these seats. The 3-level heated and cooled seats. You also have different drive modes. Right now, I have it in the sport mode. And the sport mode is good. It does mess with the transmission response, the throttle response. The steering kind of has a little bit more feedback to it. But me personally, if you guys are looking for something different and you don't want the other competitors, and this is a top seller like I mentioned, the Toyota is something to be taken serious in the midsize sedan segment, because a lot of people like the Camry and what it stands for. Great reliability, great durability, practicality. You also can fit your family in here, the stuff in the cargo area. It's not the biggest in the segment. That still belongs to the Accord with 40.4 inches of legroom and also 16.9 cubic feet of space. But I will still say the Camry is a good choice if you guys don't want the Honda, the Subaru, or the Nissan. After spending time with the 2022 Toyota Camry XSE, hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram @DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.